and we pray for them like they were praying for us. And so we pray for Cuba, we pray for the Bahamas, and we pray for Bermuda, as they are going to be seeing the effects of this hurricane that has so devastated parts of Jamaica. And so those are my quick updates. Hopefully I got through most of what was needed. I will now hand over to Minister Mackenzie, who will give you the update from our Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management standpoint.
Thank you, Minister Dixon. I just want to say pleasant good morning to all Jamaica, and for those in the western part of the island who was impacted severely, just want to reach out and to say that we are all in your corners and we are hoping for the best. The first question I want to respond to, I keep getting a lot of messages about fatalities. We are not in a position to speak about any deaths because we have not had any reports of any deaths so far. So we cannot presume that there are deaths. I'm hoping that there are no deaths to report on, but we are not in a position to make an official statement on deaths because we have not received any such information. The general overview is that the country continues to experience the Hurricane Melissa, and the weather experts have given you a full picture of what is presently taking place and what we must expect over the next couple of days. I want to speak a little about the situation in St. James, which was severely impacted yesterday. The Barnett River overflowed up to 16 feet of water, covered sections of Montego Bay, Westgate, Catherine Hall, Howard Cook Boulevard, the Freeport, Alice Elmire Drive, Barnett Street. Public infrastructure was severely impacted yesterday in the city of Montego Bay. The infirmary was damaged. The municipal corporation, 2 floors was flooded out. Jarrett Park, where the homeless population was housed, we had to remove them to a different location. The St. James High School was being used. There are problems there. We know what is happening at Sangster International Airport, and following the tour, as Minister Dixon said, there will be a full detail on the state of the Sangster International Airport. We have now been getting some level of communication between sections of Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. And most of the calls that we have gotten are distress calls. Persons trapped on roof. The JDF and the Jamaica Fire Brigade, up to last night, we were contemplating what sort of approach to take, especially to Catherine Hall. But based on the conditions that existed, the first respondents decided that they would move, and as I speak, they are presently moving, especially in the Catherine Hall area and those areas, to see what the conditions are and to take persons out who are in need of getting out. Already we know the situation with the Ministry of Health and the number of health facilities that has been badly affected. The Black River Hospital has been devastated, for want of a better word. Falmouth in Trelawney, Cornwall Regional, the Noel's Homes in Hanover, and as I said before, the Black River Hospital, Percy Jr. in Manchester, Lionel Town, and the St. Anne's Bay Hospital have all had some effects from the hurricane, and steps are being made. But you know, Jamaicans, in the middle of all of this, a baby was safely delivered under emergency conditions. So there is a Gilbert baby, a Melissa baby, and we want to commend the team who responded to that. And there are, as a matter of fact, we have information that 2 other additional deliveries occurred. One mother is resting comfortably while the other remained under observation in the Savlamar Hospital. So we are a great country, and despite our challenges, we rise to the occasion. Our road infrastructure, we have not had a full rollout yet of the damage, but I know there are a lot of block roads. The municipal corporations, the National Works Agency, already the National Works Agency was active last night in clearing access to the road leading to the Palisades Road and other main roads. So by the public will see some general activities on our roadways, making the roads accessible so that persons can move about. Fallen trees. I'll be meeting in a short while with the Jamaica Fire Brigade and the Municipal Corporation and the National Solid Waste Management Authority to map a strategy as to how to approach fallen trees. I want to urge the JPS to move, especially within the corporate area and other areas where there are fallen lines. And I said it yesterday, and I want to repeat it again this morning. We are now in the process of beginning the cleanup exercise on our main roads. There are a lot of lines that are down, so we want persons to be very cautious in doing so. We have flooded roads. The NWA team is mobilizing to clear block roads and to assess damage as conditions improve. Some of the roadways that were affected are Dalvin, St. Thomas, Hampton Green in St. Catherine, Caledonia Road in Manchester, and other roads right across the country. So we are just being specific based on the information that is coming into us. And by now, all the municipal corporations that can access their various municipalities will be out doing what is necessary. The question of search and rescue, as I spoke about that is being undertaken in a meaningful way, and all the necessary things will be done to ensure that persons who need to get out is in a position to do so. Our shelters is seeing now more than 25,000 Jamaicans. And since last night, more persons have been going into the shelters, and especially in the parishes that have been badly affected, a lot of homes have been destroyed. So persons now are going to the shelters. We are going to be looking at a long-term basis as to how we are going to deal with the numbers. I want to say to all shelter managers, parish disaster coordinators, and to the municipal corporations, no one must be turned back from the shelters. No one. And we are not contemplating in closing any shelters now. Once we have done the assessment and to see which shelters can be closed, we will do so. But for the remainder of this week, no shelters must be closed. All shelters must remain open. We are now going to be moving, working now closely and based on the direction that has been given, to start now to position ourselves to start to have relief supplies going out to the various areas once those areas can be reached. It is not going to be an easy road, Jamaica. We have seen the extent of the damage. It is going to take a lot of time. I know that person's patience is not going to last for much longer, because when you are in need, persons want us to break the rules. while we are prepared to do everything to accommodate speedy response, we also have to be mindful of the protocols that exist and the fact that we have to be accountable, and we don't want to be accused of doing anything that is not within what the law requires us to do. I am quite sure that persons have waked up this morning wondering what their future will be like. As I said yesterday, the government is here. We are committed. We have already started to put the necessary things in place, and within the next couple of hours leading in tomorrow, you will see a lot more, and by late this afternoon into tomorrow, a more comprehensive report on the status of the country and where we are will be provided. But I can also assure you that during the day, if it needs be, we will provide information as best as possible. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Minister. And this is the end of our press conference. As we end, we know that there are a lot of Jamaicans who are hurting, who are displaced, who are concerned about their future, as Minister Mackenzie said. No, we're here. The government is here. The entire country is here. And we're going to rally behind all of those in Western Jamaica as we also pray for them and pray for this wonderful country that we all love. And so we will see you again very soon. We'll put out a notice on when we'll have our next briefing, which will give you more information once we've done the assessments across the country. Thank you. And as always, God bless Jamaica, land we love.